Hey guys, hello. How you doing? It is Angelo Bash, and now we are doing a new special. What am I going to review today? Any ideas? Check this out.
Best nightmares never end. Join the Shining Saw and an all-new American Horror Story at Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights.
Yes, I am reviewing Horror Nights, and not just only Horror Nights. It is the Horror Nights, the 27-year anniversary of Horror Nights, and Angelo Bash. I figured, why not? Let me do a review on it. So, what do I think about Horror Nights? I think it is a great way for people to gather together, especially people that like me who work at Universal, to have our free time to like hang out with our coworkers, and it's a great play. It's a great event. It's a great family event. By the way, there's a warning. It says this event may be too intense for young children and is not recommended for children under age of 13. And we mean it because they're going to scare the shit out of you, and they will try to. Actually, this will be for all my previous horror nights. Um, so the first time I went to horror nights was the 20th anniversary. I had too much expectations for it, and I was kind of let down because you can't build up expectations for any event. Because I never been to horror nights before, so I made like this like it was a 20th anniversary. I was expecting a lot of this stuff to happen, and then when I got there, it wasn't what I expected. And it's the same thing this year. Don't get me wrong, Horror Nights is a great event for anyone that likes to anyone that deal with horror, likes to go to haunted houses, experimenting the haunted houses because every year is a different theme. I'm not that type of person that likes to go into haunted houses and so Horror Nights is not my cup of tea, but I do go every so often. So last night I went to Horror Nights with my best friend Noreen Bim and her brother and her brother, basically, and we actually got to. This is the first time I actually went to American Horror Story. I sadly couldn't go see the last Horror Story, but I was actually happy about the Horror Story. It was a great house. Things that you have to understand whenever if you're ever going into American Horror Story haunted house, and I understand now because a lot of people, especially a lot of my coworkers that went to the house, they don't like the Horror Nights American Horror Story house, and these are the reasons why. One is the fact that it is if you don't know the story or you don't know the characters of each arc, which I mean by this American Horror Story, it deals with Coven, which is season 3, Roanoke, which is season 6, which I haven't seen, so it kind of spoiled some of the hidden stuff in Roanoke's for me because I never seen Roanoke's yet. And it also has Asylum, which is kind of like the crazy one, but bizarre one. But if you don't have you never seen American Horror Story or you don't know anything about American Horror Story, you might not like this house because it's dedicated to the fans. It is not a scary house per se. It's not supposed to like. It's not a typical haunted house per se or house per se. I believe it's more for a base for the fans, and I enjoyed it. It wasn't so scary, so I understand why a lot of people didn't want to go to American Horror Story the last couple times it was there. Last couple of years it's there, and it's understandable. And the thing is, another reason why American Horror Story doesn't do well is the fact that it takes you what makes the show great. It takes you out of that element and just throw characters. The good thing about the why the American Horror Story show is so popular and so good is the fact that it's amazing storytelling and how it goes into every detail around the characters in each season. That's why it makes and each season is completely different from each other. So that's what makes American Horror Story TV show so successful, and that's another reason why that host did not do well. I actually went to see The Hive, and it was a decent house, and I had some friends that actually were working that night. But it so happens after waiting an hour and a half in friggin' Hive queue line, he left before we even got a chance to get to see him in the house. So the thing to expect in this, if you're gonna do horror nights in general, is I suggest to you to do it on a day where it's not popular or not that many people are gonna be there. Because for me, in order for me to enjoy horror nights per se, I have to. Okay, first of all, I hate crowded places, so that's a no-no for me. If it's really crowded, I'm not gonna enjoy it because people piss me off and they just do stupid shit that makes me mad, and I don't want to be. And then on top of it, too, the queue lines. If the queue is like more than 90 minutes, I'm not gonna wait in that queue line because it's ridiculous. Like you're wasting half of your time waiting in lines either for houses or or bars or food, and it's ridiculous. And I feel like you're basically wasting half of your day in horror nights because horror nights is not even an all night event. It's mostly from 6 or 7 at p.m. all the way up to 2 a.m. Longer for people that are in line. So say like if you get into Hive right before it cuts off, basically everyone in that queue line is gonna go through the house, and you might not be able to leave that place and the house until maybe like 3 or 4 in the morning. Because that happened to me to the 20th anniversary. I forgot what house I went to. I think I went to Freddy's house, and boy, man, we were in the queue line. Oh, long ass waited line. By the time we got to the house, it was like, and then I got to my hotel during the 20th anniversary. It was maybe like 4 or 5 in the freaking morning, and I was like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. So, by the way, the best events to see is the theme shows, which is Bill and Ted. It's sad for me to announce that this year apparently is the last year for Bill and Ted. This is their farewell tour. And if you haven't seen any of Bill and Ted, then you should have seen it last night because tonight was the last horror night show for this year. They've been here. They've been here since the beginning of Horror Nights. It's basically a parody show that deals with popular movies, popular icons, popular celebrities during the time, and it's an amazing show the way they do it. And of course, it introduces us to what's known as Theodore, Bill and Ted, of course. And they're amazing people. Um, it's a good show to see, and you'll laugh hysterically, and there's a lot of ratchet stuff in there, but it's good. I love it. And then another one that was performing today was Damn, I even forgot. So, is Academy of Villains, and believe it or not, they are the best. It's like watching dance crews, and so you think you can dance, but right in front of your own eyes, and they're very talented and very good. And I've met some of the people that actually are part of the group. I actually took pictures of them. I think if I click it, you'll see it in a few seconds. And I actually got to meet them, and his name is Francis, main guy, and then my favorite trickster that does most of the tricks from last Horror Nights Academy of Villains event. This year I didn't get a chance to see him that well, but um, I know he did a great job. They both did a great job, and they take a lot of time and dedication to do this show. And the fact that they actually had to revamp the show because of the hurricane, they actually didn't have it on the stage in the beginning. They had it on a platform right next to the horror makeup show. Then, because the stage got ruined, they still kept the stage somewhat done and kept the same routine, and they came up with it within 5 minutes before they had to go on set after the hurricane, which was really awesome. So the main houses that you guys that is going on right now, I'll show you in a few seconds. We got American Horror Story, Dead Waters, Scarecrow Reaping, the Stanley Kubrick, The Shining, which is phenomenal with the twins. Blumhouse is basically a mixture of Insidious, Sinister, and The Purge. According to other people, I haven't been in the house yet, but according to some people, it was like Purge a little bit more Purge. Then there was Ash versus Evil Dead, The Fallen, The Hive, and of course, you cannot have a without Saw. Those are the main haunted houses of this year. Also, again, showing in a few seconds, the Scare Zones, which is Altar of Horrors, Purge, Invasion, Trick or Treat, and Festival of the Deadliest. The Invasion House, Street Corner, is basically it's like a year in the 1955s with a UFO crashing onto a wolf, and basically it's like connecting experiments upon you as they prepare for invade Earth. That was a weird thing about it. Exactly they put the Purge as an actual street this year and not a house from last year. Originally, Altar of Horrors was supposed to be a house, but I guess they kept it as mainly just a street this year. So in a few minutes, I'm basically showing you right now you actually should be seeing the map, and basically this area, this K part, that's where Purge is going to be, whereas the J part from this side right here, next between Shrek Alley and Shrek Alley and what's the Minion Ride? That's J, which would be the Altar of Horrors. And as if you go through Hollywood Boulevard, that's where the Festival of the Deadliest is gonna be. And M is basically the borderline between when you enter Kid Zone, that little area that you go through from La Bamba to the Kid Zone area. That is actually where Trick or Treat was, and I actually got to see the person that plays Trick or Treat, the little boy. Oh my god, freaking amazing. And then right where the Fast and Furious section is gonna be, that's where the other scare zone was, Evasions. Overall, the event did a really good job. I'm not much of a horror fan, so I'm not gonna give that much credit to. I'm not gonna give so much stuff to it. But if you like horror, or if you enjoy getting scared, or getting a good laugh at people's expense, because that's the reason why I love the event, is that sometimes you can see some people like they scream, and like some of these girls, they they just scream like with the chainsaws. Oh, I love it. The clowns chasing them with chainsaws. You see a bunch of girls just going crazy and nuts. and it's amazing. Overall, the event was success. Minus a few stuff, to my knowledge, but I think every year is a different year, so hopefully maybe next year will be different. And honestly, if I was you, I would go on days that are not busy, so that you get to at least for me per se, so I can experience the whole Horror Nights experience. By the way, the alcohol was good. Only had one sip of alcohol, but when you go to this event, get drunk. Please, I'm going to do a little bit of this because whoever's watching this video, please, for God's sakes, if you're gonna go to Horror Nights, um, you are coming to get scared. That's the whole point of any haunted house, is that you are going to get scared. You paid money to get scared. So please treat the actors, the scare actors, all of them, even the ones in the house, with a little bit of respect and dignity, because you don't understand that they're there the whole night. And yeah, you have a regular job too, but they're there taking half of their time. And some of them actually enjoy doing this, but some of them are just, it's just and they're new in this industry, so like they don't know what to expect. But please, please, if you go to any Horror Nights or any haunted house or anything has to do with haunted house, if you get scared, please do not throw beer cans or throw stuff at actors, because we're human beings. They're human beings as well, and it's time that we people need to start ship shaping. I mean, I get that if you're drunk and you get scared and you want to punch them or threaten them, but please don't do that. Please refrain from doing that, because they they put all their hard work in doing this, and they're doing their jobs. So if you don't want to get scared or if you want to get wasted, do that on your own time, please, because a lot of my friends, it's ridiculous on how people treat people when they're working their shift. And I'm not gonna tell you the whole stories, but honestly though, you signed up for this. So if you get scared, give them a pat on the back, or really go like, "Wow, you got me." And the thing is, I'm a type of person that doesn't. And the reason why I don't like horror is because my mom ruined it for me when I was a kid. So and don't get me wrong, I get scared. I just flinch. I don't scream like a girl. I just like, "Oh shit," like, or like, "Fuck," or I'll be like, "Damn man, you got me good." But that's like being a good sport about it. Don't throw beer cans when they jump out and scare you, or if you scream, don't threaten them, okay? Because you know what? They're doing their jobs, so let them do their jobs. And after that note, this is Angelo Bash signing out.